Hi, my name is Dina. I'm currently a senior from Lexington, Massachusetts, and ever since I was a little girl, I've always really loved science and mathematics. When I was about 10 years old, my parents installed this program on our computer called NetNanny, and what that would do is it would allocate a certain amount of time that I could use the internet for each day, and if I used it all up, it would expire. And it took me about several days to realize, just by manually changing the data on the computer, I could get more internet time that very same day. So that's what I started doing. And ever since that moment in time, I always really wanted to go into computer science or software design or engineering. I always was really fascinated by how all these different programs were built and how they functioned. So that's what I really want to study. I've always really admired Jane Foster. I think she is an amazing woman just by the comics. She is a PhD in astrophysics, which is a very theoretical field. However, she does manage to build everything in her lab, all the equipment, as well as build her own lab itself. And I think that's really a very admirable thing to be doing as a woman in science. I know it's very difficult, especially to get into the field as well as do so much on your own. And ever since I was a kid, I think that's what it came down for me, was trying to create something on my own, trying to branch out of the suburbs into the city, trying to meet people in different fields of science and trying to make connections. And that's actually how I met the amazing Lisa Johnson, who I interviewed, my amazing mentor. She is a phenomenal woman. She was an aerospace engineer for Aurora Flight Sciences, and basically, she's 25 years old. Get this is crazy. She's 25 years old, graduated from MIT, and she's already working on this amazing project. She's building these cube satellites, and what they do is they basically fly in cluster in LEO, low Earth orbit, and what they do is they communicate with one another, and what they can be used for is basically for safety purposes regarding like search and rescue. What they can do is basically, if there's some sort of natural disaster like an avalanche, they can use these to help detect where people might be or where the avalanche specifically occurred or other natural disasters in of itself, which is really incredible. Aurora Flight Sciences is a aerospace company like Lockheed Martin or Boeing, and basically like right here are actually Sphere satellites, and they have about 3 of them on the International Space Station, which is incredible. So yeah, Lisa is really an amazing woman. She's 25 and she already has an incredible project. These are going to be launched in 2015, and I'm super impressed by her and what she's been doing. What inspired her specifically was that she's always been really fond of flying, like astrophysics, aerospace. Her dad's a pilot, which is really awesome, and so that's what always really pushed her to go into that direction, was seeing what is up there, up in space. And what inspired me to interview her was when I was a sophomore, I did this project. I spent a year studying aerospace engineering and how aerospace industry and how it affects the U.S. federal government. And ever since then, I've always really been so intrigued by different types of technology that different companies are developing, which is why I chose her to interview, and she's a really amazing person as well. Regarding steps to go into STEM, I think it's really important. I'm applying to college, and hopefully that is going to be my future, is going to college next year. But I think it's also really important to start doing things on your own, even if you're at a young age and you do have obstacles because you're young and you don't have the resources. There are different ways to get there. I did take some courses on MIT's OpenCourseWare network, and regarding programming and software design, and I think that's where it's really important to create some sort of foundation yourself. We have a lot of resources that we don't really take advantage of, and I think that's a really important one, is sometimes we do have free things that we should be taking into account that can really help us expand us at a very young age. Marvel Comics has been a very large part of my family's past. My dad grew up in a war-torn country in North Africa, so at a young age he lost a lot of his family. And what was really important was for him and all of his other friends and family was with these comic books. Marvel always had these really great superheroes that were coming to save them, and I think that was really important because it developed some sort of aspiration and hope, being able to see some sort of savior in the future, even though you are going through a lot, it will get better. It's a reminder that it will get better and it will create something good. So that was really important. It's really amazing what's been going with how these comics can really affect people, even though he doesn't speak the same language. All these images can really create some sort of really positive and optimistic mindset. I really love to go to California to meet all these amazing other girls who are also trying to embark into the field of STEM, and as well as meet all of these amazing women who are also in all of these different STEM industries, and get to create networks and connections that I know that will last for so long, and trying to expand myself to create more opportunities than that are given. So thank you. I can't wait to see the new Jane Foster in Thor 2. Woohoo! Go women in STEM. Yeah.